wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. I pray that your Ramadan is going well so far. I wanted to talk about something that's actually pretty common for most of us, if not all of us, at some point in Ramadan. And that's that challenge of feeling like we're falling behind on the goals that we set for ourselves. We start off with those lists, I'm going to recite so much Quran each day, I'm going to increase in good deeds and acts of worship, just practice being more patient, and so on. And then as Ramadan starts to fleet by, well, our goals seem to get out from under us too. They tend to fall by the wayside, and all of a sudden we're finding ourselves wondering if we can catch up again, if we can even turn it around. And the answer to that is yes, you can. You can absolutely turn it around. In fact, you can turn it into reward. You can turn it into momentum, and you can turn it into motivation and finish the month stronger than you started. So I've got some easy tips, 4 tips that I'd like to share with you that I find are really powerful go-tos, and they can be used at any instant, any moment, a number of times a day, every day, as you need them, to just get yourself grounded again in what you need to do to move forward positively. The first one is making intentions and renewing intentions. So as we know, the Prophet ﷺ taught us that innamal a'mal bin niyat, that all of our deeds are really in essence based on the intentions that are behind them, and that we get rewarded. This is the wonderful mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we get rewarded in accordance with that intention. So let's say you had planned to read a certain amount of Quran at a certain part of the day, and you got stuck in traffic coming home from work, and it just kind of got out from under you. So what do? Just remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still rewarding you because this was your intention. And as long as we keep making sincere intentions, we just move forward, and we haven't lost anything, and it's not a reason to despair or become hopeless or give up on being able to move forward from here. The second practical tip is the greatest reset button that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, which is to make istighfar. It's tawbah. We're weak, and we say we're not going to lose our cool, we're going to be patient, but somebody cuts you off in line, or there's a little argument that becomes a little more than it should. SubhanAllah, this is what happens to many of us, and we regret it and we feel guilty, but this is not a reason to give up and think that your Ramadan is ruined. Just simply restore that relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with sincere istighfar, and fix it, make the intention to correct it going forward, correct it with the people who are involved if necessary, and inshallah you will be turning that into something positive, into reward and motivation again, that all is not lost, so I can continue forward strong. The third practical tip I have is how to use your time to work for you. So making time work for you. This is the biggest reason many times that we do lose track of our list of goals. We feel that we just don't have enough time in the day because life goes on, work goes on, school goes on, parenting has to go on. And so we get overwhelmed easily, particularly when we're trying to add on things that we want to be able to do in Ramadan. The simple way to look at this is a shift in perspective, that every moment is actually an opportunity to be in the service to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to His creation. And this becomes reward. So making the intention to be in something that would be pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that would bring reward to us, just in our everyday tasks and chores that we know we have to do, like preparing a meal for the family or dropping the kids off to school. This can easily be turned into something that's rewardable, and using that time to, really squeezing every minute you can. So maybe listening to Quran in the car on your way to work. So these are ways that we can continue to build and not feel like we've lost anything. And the final point is perhaps one of the most important for us to remember, is that my Ramadan is not your Ramadan. This is personal to each of us, and it's our one-on-one connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we're really working to build this month. And so we're each of us on our own spiritual journey, and it's really about focusing on one thing that you want to improve this Ramadan. Maybe it's just the way you speak. Maybe it's the connection to Quran that you want to develop a little better in understanding. And so looking at Ramadan through that perspective of just wanting to better yourself and to be able to build new habits in Ramadan and continue them forward afterwards, rather than comparing yourself to that person who maybe seems to be able to get it all done during Ramadan. So I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts all of our fasting and our good deeds and our sincere du'as this month. Jazakumullah khairan for watching. Assalamu alaikum.